Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 457. And if you're in my program, this is episode 740. So, as the title of this episode mentions, it reads, Stop It. Okay, so before you get all crazy with me in terms of angered and just berating me for telling you just to stop or quit your issue, let me help you out a little bit, because yes, it is important, and I don't always mean consciously, but you know what, sometimes I do, and it's so important, and it might push up against your values, and you know what, it's okay to be pushed up against your values and belief systems. Now, I don't know if you ever saw the skit by Bob Newhart, and if you haven't, write this down. It's called Stop It, and then just put Bob Newhart. I remember watching it years and years and years ago, and I found it kind of hilarious, because many people will just say, well, why don't you just stop it? Now, we know, me and you, we know it is far easier said than done. But there can be some truth to it. So yes, we can't just stop the imposter syndrome. We can't just stop the self-sabotage. We can't just stop the limiting thoughts, worries, beliefs, doubts, fears, emotions, anger, sadness, fear, guilt, hurt, frustration, the sabotaging of health, relationships, career, finances, and everything in between. It is annoying when someone says, well, why don't you just stop it? Why don't you just be happier? Why don't you just let go of anxiety or just stop feeling that inner dread? Now, that is true that it's very, very hard for us to do that because it is unconscious, right? It's an unconscious system. I always said, if you know me, if you could let it go, you would have by now. And if you cannot, it must mean your subconscious mind is saying it's unable or unwilling, because it's always able actually. It's just unwilling, or it doesn't know how to change. You see, your unconscious mind is always, every single time, trying to help you in some way. Every single behavior you do that is not of service to you, every limiting belief of not feeling worthy, good enough, deserving, or capable, or believing you might get found out, or the fear of success, the fear of failure, your unconscious mind is only ever running those issues because it feels it's protecting you. It feels like it's protecting you in some way. That's where the trickiness of the solution can be a bit of a problem. Because you know, on the one hand, consciously, you desire the transformation. You desire abundance. You want that promotion. You want to take your life to the next level. You want to be free of that constant debilitating pain, the emotional pain of waking up with dread. You want to reclaim your happiness and your time and your energy. You just want to let it go. Now, on the same notion, as much as you want your subconscious mind to change, you also have to look in the mirror too, and this is where it might push up against your belief systems, where we can fall into victimhood. But just trust me. Look, I'm saying this because I want you to change. I'm not saying just stop it because we know it's subconscious, but there are some things that you can do. There are things that you can stop that will allow you to have more freedom. Now, the type of things that you can do is stop having excuses and reasons for why you are like you are. And that's going to sting a little bit when I say that. Stop having reasons and excuses for who you are, your life experience. And you might say, well, Joseph, you don't know what I've been through. And I really don't. And on one level, I don't care. And I don't say that out of not caring. I care about the now. And what I care about is that if you hold on to reasons as to why you are like you are, you'll never let go of the issue. The reasons are self-justifications. They're validations for why you are in the position that you are. And having reasons are not going to change anything. Putting the blame on other people, other situations, or our past is never going to help us. It's never going to serve you. I understand why we do it. I understand the reasoning behind it, because it makes it feel a little bit easier if we have a reason. It's a justification. But trust me, if you really want to change, if you really want to start making changes even at an unconscious level, you've got to stop being the victim of having reasons for why you are like you are, and instead put yourself in the victor role. Think of anyone who's achieved any great thing. Physically, emotionally, in business, in breaking world records, breaking scientific breakthroughs, double breakthroughs. They didn't hold on to reasons. They wanted to do something different. They wanted to be the victor of their life. They wanted to achieve something like no one else before. So I urge you to give up your reasons. Give up your reasons for being and remaining the same. Even when people say, I can't change because I don't know how. I am broken. These are illusions. You have to first decide to be committed to your outcome, committed to a better way of being, committed to financial freedom, committed to self-certainty, committed to self-love, committed to success. You've got to be more committed to your outcome than being committed to your reasons. Because whatever one you're more committed to will be the one that you'll get. If you're committed to reasons, you're committed to those reasons and remaining the same. So there's where I really urge you to stop the things you can do consciously. Because if you can consciously decide and declare that you refuse to be a product of your past, that you refuse to have reasons and excuses, you will liberate yourself to the solution. How can the solution ever appear to you when we're so focused on the things which aren't serving us? Even things you can stop. Yes, number one, let's take responsibility and let's not keep our reasons. Let's liberate ourselves and let them go, because we are worth more. You and I, we deserve more, we are more, and we're willing to do whatever it takes. And then, what else can you do? Well, if your mind is in other people's, or not your mind and their mind, but your mind is in other people's lives, then yes, that's an issue too. And yes, I'm talking about things like social media. If your mind is occupied by what your neighbor's doing, or to your schoolmate who you haven't seen for 25 years, but you're looking at their vacation, trust me, your time is so much more valuable than getting lost in the Facebook feed and story. Same thing for Instagram and all those things. Like, it's something that we should not do. We should not participate in. Yeah, I'm not saying don't do it, but we should not be participating with all our time and energy, because like everything, you eat more than you think. You're on social media probably more than you think. You probably watch more TV than you think. You probably do all these other things more than you think. And there's where we just got to get conscious. And that's all I'm really saying. We've got to stop doing things we can stop. Because if you stop doing those things, the things which are piling on the pressure that just keeps on going, if it goes into, like, say, alcohol, if you're drinking too much, cut back a little bit, get more clarity. There's so many things that you could do consciously. You could wake up every day rather just automatically, and I used to do this about a year ago. I'd wake up, I'd look at my phone, I would check the Sky News app, I would then look at the sports app to check on the football or soccer results for Americans in England, and then I'd go into my work emails before I even started my day. And that was my thought process. I was like, to the point, by the way, I thought if by looking at the Sky News app, so just a news app in other words, I could pick and choose what I'm putting my attention to, and I was lying to myself. Even the things I didn't want to look into, I didn't want to see, were there. They're in my vision, and it put my mind off track. So if our first thing that we're doing, we're waking up, we're looking at that device that you're listening to, so I'm very grateful for, by the way, or unless you're listening to on a computer or something else. But look, I'm very grateful for technology, but if we're going to start our day getting into the technology, your frequency is well off. Now, I have a specific morning routine that I do for myself and I teach to my clients. I do it every single day, and it takes about 45 minutes, but I can assure you, if you did that one every day, 45 minutes, you gain back time. Even if you have no time to spare, if you did it, you would be so much more efficient. Now, if you start to think of your morning routine and you put yourself, okay, what's going to be best for me? Maybe I'm going to do a gratitude journal. Maybe I'm going to focus on crazy ideas that I could do this week to improve my business or to stand out at my workplace, or what I'm going to be committed to. What are my dreams? What am I going to create in my life? Now, if your mind is going there and not the news or on your social media and so on, then you are now tuning in to the frequency of your desires compared to the things which are not your desires. These are things we can easily interrupt. These are conscious things. So that's why I say, stop it with all the love, all the greatness for you, is because there are things that you can consciously do today. You can decide to be different. You can decide to be great. You can decide to be one of my clients if you want it. You could decide to go all in on my transformation. 8 weeks and it'll disappear. Whatever you're experiencing, if you're experiencing things, like I say, whatever you're experiencing, we only work with certain people. Imposter syndrome, not feeling good enough, worthy, deserving, capable, can't take your business to the next level, can't double your income, all those kind of things. They're the people we work with. But if someone decided that they're willing to do that and follow the steps, even if you don't know what those are yet, and to be honest, I don't even tell people the steps anymore because it doesn't matter. It's the decision to do it which will make the change. So there are simply amazing things you can do. Wake up in the morning listening to something which inspires you. Wake up in the morning and even throughout the day, and instead just be in gratitude that you are more committed to your outcome and dreams than your reasons and excuses. It is a hard, bitter pill to swallow sometimes, but look, this is a wake up. What's the point of lying? I mean, I want to be totally loving and supportive for you, but not if it takes you away from the truth. That's my big thing. My highest value in life is success. I want everything I do to be a success, and everyone I work with to be a success. And I want that for you. And it'll be of disservice to you if I don't say those things sometimes. And sometimes when it hurts and stings a little bit, it can ring true because it's hitting something. So look, there are so many things you can do to start doing consciously. Yeah, you can leave me to the unconscious work. You can work with me in our system, our program, if you wish. And that will set you free. That will get your goals more than you could ever imagine. We've had people doubling their salary. We've had people doubling their monthly income all in 1 month. Their biggest month was just, someone said our program was of this year. In all the years they've ever been in business, it's been their greatest month, like doubling or tripling. I can't quite remember which one, but either way it's pretty good. This is something that you can do. It's all within you. You've just got to decide. Now, if you want to work with us, you have to apply. We can only work with those who are decisive, committed, and resourceful to do the things they've never done to get the life they've always wanted. So all you do is you go to josephclough.info/go. You go there, you book an appointment with our team, and then you fill out a quick application to prepare us for the call. And also on the following page of having submitted it, we got some videos to prepare for you for the call. That's all you do, josephclough.info/go. But whatever happens, be more committed and decisive to your dream than your reason for staying the same. Because life is long to be too much in pain, but it's too short as well to not to experience all the unleashed confidence and happiness and abundance that you deserve. So it's way too long in the pain if we don't change, but it's way too short if we don't change too. And I say that with the greatest gratitude for you, what I believe in you, and I look forward to speaking to you in a future episode. Many thanks and goodbye.